Welcome to the Eight Figure Dentist Podcast, and this is episode 37. Have you ever sat in your car during lunch and dreaded going back to the office? Or maybe you drove in the morning to work trying to find a station that would pump you up for the day because deep inside you wished you didn't have to go. You started your practice to make good money and have control, to have freedom, isn't it? How come you're dreading going to work right now? Have you ever thought about this? What is the cause? Why are you dreading going back to the office? If you're anything like my clients or anybody I speak with, we're saying what we're told to say, right? We're saying the reason why I'm dreading is because things feel messy. Things are unorganized. I need better systems, but I don't have time. I'm doing everything. There's just not enough time. We're going to have to figure it out. People need to take more accountability. So now it's the staff issue as well. You're trying to hire people who show initiative and who are basically like you, only they are not the business owner. They never wanted this responsibility. They never want to have this level of self-accountability and leadership. So they can never deliver the autonomy and self-thinking that you want out of them. So you think it's the team, you think you need better systems because that's what you're told, right? You need to organize your schedule. You have to have more clinical efficiency. There needs to be protocols. And so practice consultants are coming and doing this for you because, again, you have no time to do this, right? It's overwhelming. There's a lot going on. And so you think there are these specific things that need to be fixed. And when they do, then you're going to love coming back to work. And how is it working for you, my friend? 9 times out of 10, people I speak with say that even after practice consultants, even after leadership courses, there's still weeks and days where they feel like they just want to close the damn thing, fire everybody, and go work at Starbucks or just become a stay-at-home mom. And what I want to offer you is, what if the problem is not these individual things that you're focusing on? What if the problem is bigger? What if the problem is the entire business model of your practice? Think about it. Since dental school, we were taught what? We were taught how to do dentistry, and then maybe we had some business classes, and they always spoke about dental insurance and billing and maybe a little bit about the team. So you graduated with this idea that you need to accept insurance, at least in some form, be in network, that's how patients are more likely to say yes, and that success is measured by how many new patients you have, how full your schedule is. If you don't see a good number of patients, depending on your specialty, that somehow your brain starts to get worried. Oh my gosh, am I going to be successful this month? Am I going to be able to pay payroll? Like, you think about this. You were taught that busy day means you're doing well. You were told that a fast chair turnover is a sign of success. You were told to track how many cases you have closed or your treatment coordinator has closed, and the more, the better. My friend, you were taught the volume model. And I don't care if you don't accept Medicaid or any state insurances. If you accept any insurances, you are in the volume model. Because you are not in control of how much money you're making. The insurance is dictating what you can bill and what you cannot and how much. And if you've been around, if you're not just a new graduate and you know anything about dental insurance, they're not our best friends. They're constantly changing things and making it harder to get paid. Do you struggle with credit card fees? Are you trying to figure out a way to avoid them? Do you even think about this? Like many doctors right now are trying to switch to the ACH. So maybe they accept as a down payment any way they will absorb the cost of insurance. And then after that, for subsequent payments, they require an ACH, but there has to be some DocuSign signed, and then you're trying to collect those. And so now you need an extra staff member in order to track all those financials to make sure that accounts are not delinquent. It is a complicated system, my friend. So on top of managing cases, you're trying to do your absolute best and you're a human doctor. Things are not always perfect. You have to manage the team and all their personalities. And now you also have to hire people tracing or tracking the finances and the payments and make sure all of these things are done and that we properly collected and filing the claims. No wonder your hair is on fire some days. No wonder some days you want to quit. You are in a very complicated business model, but you don't even realize it's the business model. Most of the students and clients that I speak to think that it's them. I'm not organized enough. Oh, I'm such a pushover. I should be stricter on my staff. Yeah, I need better systems. What if you need a different business model altogether? A business model that's simplified. A business model where you see fewer patients. These patients don't have price objections. They don't price hop. Whenever you see a patient who is you're the second or the third opinion, 9 times out of 10, you're cringing. Ugh, it's going to be hard to convert. On the opposite. For my clients and for myself, second and third opinion is easier to convert if you know how. But you are attracting these price shoppers. You are attracting patients that don't follow your instructions, that are arguing with you. If you bring up ever compliance, they are mad at you and they're writing you a bad yield preview. So you're bending yourself over backwards in this volume model for patients that are ungrateful, that are not doing their part, and then they want a refund at the end. And that's exhausting. All because you believe that more patients means you're going to be okay. All because you believe that accepting insurance is a safe thing. All of these business models based on volume were created not for women like you and me. This system was built by men for men because it rewards quantity over quality. It rewards speed over strategy, burnout over balance. So if you're sitting in the practice that looks successful on the paper, but it feels heavy, you feel rushed, and you worry how much longer you can do it, I want you to know this. The problem, my friend, is not you. The problem is the business model. Let me tell you a quick story about one of my clients. Let's call her Alicia. Alicia came to me making great money. It never feels great, doesn't it? Because we're hustling so much, we're never enjoying it. But she was making 2.5 million, working 4 days a week. She's an orthodontist. She was exhausted. There were some weeks where she truly wanted just to quit her practice. She's like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Maybe I should just fire everybody and be a stay-at-home wife. My husband can support us. I don't even know why I started this in the first place. I asked her, why did you start a practice? She's like, I don't know. Like it seemed like the next step. I was an associate for 6 years. It seemed like the next progression in my career. Everybody's opening their practices. I guess I can do dentistry the way I want. So there was not really like a specific reason why she started, which is always harder because when things get tough, your why has to be strong. But anyway, she made it work. You are hardworking. people I coach and speak with are like, work ethic is not a problem. She was hardworking. She was hustling. She made it work. She took all the advice from all the people. She implemented the advice. She increased her production. She was successful. She was making 2.5 million, working 4 days a week. She was exhausted. And what we did is we didn't scale. I helped her simplify her business. This volume insurance driven business model that feels so safe for you, and that is the very reason why you're so drained, is the very reason why you have so many little pieces put into place that you now have to manage, and you have a headache over because you can't manage it yourself. So you have to hire people. And then these people either make mistakes, or sometimes they embezzle, or they leave, and you don't have good SOPs to retrain someone. So that's another headache. And then you're delinquent. It's like there's a lot of pieces in this puzzle. So I help her simplify her business, restructure her schedule so that she saw fewer patients, but she was charging more. She learned how to convert them at 90 to 100%. And now she works 2.5 days a week. She takes her Fridays and Thursdays off. She spends them with her daughter, and she charges more than she has ever thought possible, without flinching, without justifying, and without explaining. That is what's possible when you change your model from volume to boutique. If this piqued your curiosity, if this resonates, but maybe you're not sure if you can do it, listen, you don't have to start over, and you don't have to completely change everything. You can just add a sliver of your patients who are out of network, who are cash patients, who are that premium patient, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it. You will inevitably cut on the number of patients you're seeing, and not just the volume, but also the experience of it. You will have patients that truly value your work, patients where you don't have to prove yourself or over-explain or be overly cheerful to smooth sharp corners. These patients respect you. These patients look up to you. You are the authority for them. That is the premium patients in the boutique business model that I'm teaching inside of the 8-figure dentist. So I want you to look back at your days, and if you are not excited about your practice, if you're not waking up and can't wait to go to work, that truly is possible. You are spending a good amount of time at work. Why dread it? Why not create a business model where you're excited to spend your time at? Because it spills in your personal life too, how your days are at work. I want you to start saying no to survival and yes to freedom. And if this landed for you, I want you to make sure that you follow this podcast, share it from any of your friends, other women dentists, any specialty, share it with your friend, tell them to listen. And if you have more questions or you want to ask me directly, then just simply reach out to me on Instagram at the 8-figure dentist, and I will chat with you there. Until then, bye.